Test, test, 1, 2, test, test, 1, 2. Welcome everybody to your orientation on the Super Efficient Weekly Planner. This is the super cool tool that I talked about on the module today. So let's go ahead and get started on this. There's 4 main tabs in this tool. And again, this is an Excel spreadsheet here. So what you've got here is the first tab is the Legends tab. The second tab is the Schedule tab. The third tab is the Task List tab. And the fourth list is the Frog List tab. And I'm going to describe each one of these. We're going to go ahead and spend most of our time in the Schedule tab, but we're going to get started in the Legend tab. The Legend tab is basically what you're going to, basically it's your instruction sheet of how to use this system. The very first thing that we're going to need to do in your Excel spreadsheet is to get the proper color orientation so that all the calculations fit correctly. This is designed to identify different colors and then make calculations off of those colors in an automatic fashion, so it makes it easy for you. So the very first thing you need to do is you need to go to these different colors: green, yellow, red, blue, and gray. Now, one of the things that we're going to use colors for is we're going to use colors to identify how well you did in identifying different tasks. But before we do that, we need to get that oriented in your Excel. So what you need to do is go click on this tab right here where it says green is good. You need to go up to your paint bucket and see where the little arrow is on your paint bucket. You need to go ahead and click on that arrow, and you probably don't have any recent colors that correspond to the colors that are in here. What you need to do is go down to where it says More Colors. When you click on More Colors, this will pop up with a specific color already oriented on there, which has a specific code that you need for that. You then click on OK, and that will populate into your thing called Recent Colors. Now you do that for the other colors. So if you do yellow, repeat, lather, rinse, and repeat. Go to More Colors, same thing. Red, go to the paint bucket, More Colors, and click on OK. Go to blue, go to paint bucket, go to More Colors, and this one's a little bit more, it's on the advanced one side, so it's got different codes to it. You click on OK. Gray, same thing, go to the paint bucket, go to More Colors, and click on OK. That will populate all the colors that you need in your paint bucket. Now, here's how you use this tool. What I'm going to ask you to do is that either on a Friday afternoon or a Monday morning, you plan out your schedule for the week, all the way down to every half hour. And what you're going to do is it's a game plan of how you're going to use your time. And some of you may go, well, I don't know. It changes from day to day. Well, that may be true, but you can at least project and game plan out what you think you're going to do. So then you go ahead and you see in the schedule example, you'll fill out in the schedule something like this. And then at the end of the day, you're going to color code the results to see how well you did. So for in this example, this person got, green's here, red's there, the red basically, and so orienting on the colors, green is good. You did what you were scheduled. Yellow is bad. What did you do? Maybe you lost track of time. Red is bad. You did something else instead of what you had planned on doing. Blue is when you finish early and move on. And gray is fixed. You can't give yourself credit for that. So what you do is you color code your results at the end of each day. I'm going to show you how to do that here in just a minute. So now we're going to go over to the Schedule tab. The Schedule tab, as you can see here, this is an example of an individual who's already filled this out. So instead of trying to fill this out all right now, this has already been filled out. So this is what your schedule might look like. So let's say on Monday, I go ahead and I keep track of all the things that I do and how well I'm doing it. And at the end of the day, before you leave, you open up your daily schedule calendar. And you said, you know what? I did really good. I actually did breakfast and I actually worked. I stayed on task doing review and responding correspondences up till 10 a.m. And so you're going to go up to the paint bucket. You're going to identify green right here and you're going to click on it. Now let's say that in review and responding correspondence, boy, I lost track of time. I can't remember if I did that or not. You go up to the bucket, you click on yellow, and it highlights yellow. And let's just say I had a fixed lunch appointment that person was going to come into my office, and it was going to happen no matter what. So I go into my paint bucket, I go to the gray, and right there. And then after lunch, let's say that I did really good and reviewed correspondence. I started working that first half hour and create and submit the CSR job posting, and so I give myself green. But you know what? I didn't do so well for a good portion of the day. After that, I think I just did not. I did other things, so I give myself a red. But I did come back and I reviewed and responded correspondence. Woohoo! I did that, so I give myself a green. So now I'm at the end of my day. Now this is the key critical thing of how do I actually use this. On your keyboard, you will have the F2 key. I repeat, F2. What you will do is while you have a block highlighted in that column right here, like I do here, you will hit the F2 key and then you will press enter. That's going to do all the calculations for you. Just press those two keys and there it is. Now we would do the next day. So then you would save it. You open it up the next day and say, okay, I did really good. Boy, I was so good. I was really on target, keeping track of everything during the day. So I'm going to go to green. Let's say I had another lunch appointment, so it's going to be in the gray category. And I'm going to go ahead and do gray. Let's say that I, again, did something else instead of reviewing and respond to correspondence. Let's say I had a got-a-minute person came in my office, and boy, that was just total 1 hour that shouldn't have happened. So I have to go to the red. But on the business plan, I finalized the business plan, so I did really good at that. And so I'll give myself a green. Again, I'm just giving an example here. Let's say that the data review planning, I didn't do it again. Dang it, I know I should have done it. So I give myself a red, but I did review and respond to correspondence, so I'm going to give myself a green. Same thing, I'm finished up. Let's try that again and give myself a green. And at the end of the day, I go ahead and press the F2 key, I hit the enter key, and it self-calculates. Oh, I did 80%. All right, good job. So now I keep doing this for all of these other days. I'll give you an example. Let's say that I did 100%. I was really onto it. I did green, and I hit the F2 button, enter, self-calculates 100%. Woohoo! Let's say the whole next day I was doing planning club and lunch, and I basically have to grade myself because I already blocked that out. I can't give myself credit because it wasn't discretionary time. I already planned on it. I go ahead and do the gray, and down here I hit the F2 key and enter, and it gives me 0 because I can't give myself credit for it. Doesn't count against me, doesn't count for me, just is. And on Friday I went ahead and I really focused well on the up until 11. And I'm going to go ahead and give myself a green. But let's say with lunch, instead of doing lunch, I went out and I basically went to fast food and really can't call it lunch. So I'm going to call this a red. But then I definitely, let's say I lost track of time. It's a Friday, kind of into, not sure exactly what I did, so I yellow it. But then I'm back onto green. And I did really good here at the end of the day. And then so I hit the F2 button, hit enter, self-calculate. So now, as you can see, I've got a weekly grade of 77%. Now, the whole idea of this whole schedule isn't necessarily that you're going to try to get 100% every single time. The idea is to be honest with yourself and say, how did I do? What could I do to improve my schedule? Maybe sometimes I put something down and what I think is going to take 2 hours takes 4. Well, guess what? The next week you adjust your schedule. And so the whole idea is for this not to be punitive against yourself, but to help yourself say, wait a minute, where am I wasting time? Or where am I thinking that what I think it takes this amount of time actually takes longer? So the whole idea in using this tool is to help you refine your time. And if you keep doing this over and over and over again, it's going to be amazing how much more productive that you do. So now what you do is then at the end of the week, you can save a copy of this. And then now we go right back to clearing everything out. So I'm going to go ahead and get in the paint bucket. I'm going to make this white. And then I'm going to go ahead and delete everything on here. And then I am going to hit this. There you go. So now, same thing here. I'm going to do the paint bucket. I'm going to white it out. I'm going to delete everything off of here. And there you go. So just keep doing that. Okay, paint bucket, white, delete. There you go. And again, we're going to paint, go ahead. Yep. So we're just going to keep doing this. Paint bucket, white, and then delete, and just keep right on going. And we're going to paint bucket, white, delete, and there you go. So now we've cleared it all out again, and we are right back to where we are, and you start all over again. It's a great tool. Keep saving copies week after week and see how you do. Now, the next list here is we have the task list. And on a task list, you can go ahead and just keep following what task that you need. So in this case, I'm going to delete all of these off right here, and you can then start creating hot mission critical tasks. What needs to get done today or this week. And you can use this on a weekly basis. What are things that need to get completed in the near future? Cold or not essential tasks, but eventually need to do them. And then the completed tasks. So if you do a task, you can start lining up all of your completed tasks. And then finally, you have the frog list. This is something you use on a daily basis. So you can say the frog I have to eat today. What's that thing, the most important thing that you need to get done that you can put on this list that'll help you remember to do it? So the task list is weekly. The frog list is daily. The schedule obviously is putting it together for the week and measuring it on a daily basis, and your legend showing you how to use this tool. So I'm looking forward to hearing some great stories about you guys using this tool. Hopefully, this little module here helped you understand the what's and how-tos of using this tool. Thanks.